So this is a tutorial on how to use Adobe Connect to do your meetings. So firstly, to attend a group meeting, you want to go to the link in your group discussion forum. If you want to, you can also save this link or bookmark it. It will always lead you to the meeting room. So let's open the meeting room. You'll see here that you've got an instruction pod. It's really important that you follow the instruction pod. This room has different kinds of pods in it apart from the instruction pod. Over here we have a share pod. If you click here, it lets you share your screen. So as you can see here, this is what the group members are seeing when you share your screen. To stop sharing, you just click stop sharing. They will all see your screen in this particular pod here when you share your screen. You can also share a document. Click browse my computer and upload a file and it will appear there, like so. When you're done, click stop sharing. You can also use a whiteboard. You can use this to brainstorm. So you can, do a mind map or draw diagrams. Anything that you'd like, you can do in this particular whiteboard. When you're done, just click stop sharing. Next thing is there's a discussion pod and a formal summary pod. In here, we'd really like you to change your chat color to a different color. That way you can tell who's talking. The formal summary pod, you can do the same things. In both pods, you can also change the text size. So you can decide, maybe I want my text size to be bigger so people can read it. Don't go overboard. We've also got a files pod up here. What you can do is you can upload files and then people can download them. This particular pod is just for people to look at. This one's for them to actually download it. The web links pod also lets you share links with everyone. So let's say you wanted to add Facebook. It's now added. You click browse to and you're at whatever link is in there. So let's just get rid of that. Okay, you also want to talk to each other. So if you want to do that, click on audio and then click on microphone rights for participants. Then after that, we want to click on connect my audio, like so. You can also mute yourself if you don't want people to hear you. Anyway, now we've got instructions on how we go about completing everything. Step 1, we want you to introduce yourself in the discussion pod. You can discuss your ground rules over here. Make sure when you're setting your ground rules, take into account the fact that we've got early bird and late mouse, second mouse groups, and make sure you've joined the right group because early birds will obviously want to do stuff earlier. Decide who's going to be the leader for this meeting. It will change every meeting. The leader needs to organize the next meeting and post a summary of the discussion on the main website. The scribe, this will also change every meeting, just needs to record the main points in the discussion pod and also on Google Docs in here. So those are the roles, they change every time. Now step 2, YouTube discussion. So in your announcements, your lecturer should have given you discussion questions and you should have already watched the YouTube that he provided. You discuss it in this pod down here. Step 3, assessment completion. You can either discuss your assessment verbally, in which case remember to turn your microphone on, but no matter what you're doing, we'd like you to share it in Google Docs. So all you need to do is browse to Google Docs and then click on Go to Google Docs. Now, I already have a Google Docs account because I have a Gmail account. So make sure that someone in the group who's creating the document, preferably someone with a Gmail account or who's used Google before. So what you need to do is you need to create a blank document. Now what this does is you can give a link to everyone that everyone can edit this. So let's say we're going to say my assessment. Your friend can now go in there, or your group members, and they can type anything in there and everyone will share the document. How you want to do this is you want to click share. So we've named it. and then we want to click Get Shareable Link. Now from here, you take this and you copy it, or you click Copy Link, doesn't matter, and we go back into our Adobe Connect meeting. Here we go. Now what we want to do is, what would be great is if you could add the link here. And also stick it in the formal summary pod because this is fairly important for everyone. Alright, to conclude, you can either verbally share whilst you're editing the document, so someone can share their screen and you can all verbally share while you're looking at it, or you can all just access the document yourself. You can all just sit here and write in the document and then come back to the discussion pod to talk about things that you want to change or do differently. So, you know, if you put one screen over here, sorry, it looks a bit messy. We put one screen over here, we put one screen over here. You can see the discussion pod while you're editing. So that's one way you can do it as well. I'm not fussed about how you do this as long as you record stuff in Google Docs and you're also recording things in here. So what you want to do at the end is you want to put stuff in the formal summary pod. All you do is type, hit enter, done. This should include the date of the meeting, questions you've raised, responses to the PowerPoint, any important thoughts from the case study you think would promote discussion, link to the Google Docs file, we've already done that. And then after that, you post your formal summary onto the subject site in the group forum. So I'll just show you where that is. So back here on the subject site, we click on 3, how do I post summary of my meetings and ask questions? There we go. And then we want to go into the case study that's relevant, create a thread and post your summary in here. And that's it. Now you know how to use the meeting room.